I tell y'all that? Didn't I tell y'all there will be an accidental explosion? Accidental fire? And the next thing you know, celebrities' homes would be on fire. Things would be on fire. I pray for the people in its path, but I also pray that it exposes the things that it needs to expose.
It's a storm like no other, and Wendy Williams is the eye of it. After months of silence, Wendy's back with a vengeance, spilling the juiciest tea in Hollywood right now. And it's not just about her, it's about one of the most powerful moguls in the game, Diddy. Wendy is laying it all out on the table, from shocking revelations about Diddy's shady past to his unexpected connection with the California wildfires. That's right, the wildfires that devastated celebrity homes? Wendy is linking Diddy to them, and the backup? None other than Katt Williams, who's been warning us about this mess for years. If you thought you knew everything, think again. Grab your popcorn, because things are about to get heated. Wendy Williams has made her return, and let's just say, it's not what anyone expected. For a while, her guardian Sabrina tried to make people think Wendy wasn't in her right mind, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Turns out, Sabrina's story was nothing more than a cover-up to mislead the courts and keep cashing in on Wendy's earnings, but Wendy wasn't having it. She's back and ready to expose everything, especially when it comes to Diddy. Enter Lance, a mysterious informant who has been leaking insider information to Wendy for years. Lance's role is critical. He's been quietly documenting Diddy's actions for months, all while remaining anonymous. It's his files that Wendy uses to back up her claims about Diddy's shady dealings. Let's rewind to the 90s. Wendy exposed Diddy in a compromising situation, and guess what happened next? Diddy used his power to have Wendy fired from Hot 97. Yes, he silenced her career. Not just that, he reportedly spread the word to every radio station in New York, effectively blacklisting Wendy from the city. No job opportunities, no income, and no choice but to leave New York. But here's where it gets even crazier. Wendy didn't just confirm Diddy's revenge. She dropped the bombshell that he's connected to the recent California wildfires. That's right, Diddy, the wildfires, and some of your favorite celebs' homes going up in smoke. Let's dive deeper into that, introducing Marcus, a fire chief who has been investigating the pattern of the wildfires. He begins to notice that the damage seems suspiciously concentrated around high-profile celebrity areas, and many of these areas are linked to Diddy's circle. Marcus quietly reaches out to Wendy, offering cryptic advice. You're not wrong to ask questions, but be careful. Flashback to the moment when he tried to expose Diddy with some incriminating photos she'd received. He didn't just ignore it, he made it his mission to destroy her career. Wendy claims he had the power to get her fired instantly, with no questions asked. Diddy wasn't just about protecting his image, he was about controlling everything around him. That included sending his girl group, Total, to physically confront Wendy at the radio station. And Wendy, she barely escaped the showdown, but the drama didn't end there. Sophia, a former associate of Diddy who's been quietly watching from the sidelines, reaches out to Wendy with an encrypted message. She offers to help Wendy expose Diddy, but at a cost. She knows too much about Diddy's darkest secrets, including his connection to organized crime. Sophia warns Wendy, if you're going after him, you better be ready for a war. Wendy reveals that the whole fire theory isn't just speculation. She's been connecting the dots, looking at who's been affected by the fires, and something isn't sitting right with her. Could Diddy have had a hand in it? According to Wendy, it's more than just a coincidence. She believes these fires are linked to a much darker web of power and influence, and Diddy is right at the center of it. Meanwhile, Jenna, a former assistant to Diddy, comes forward with a shocking claim. I saw the files. Diddy was connected to shady real estate deals. And I have the evidence to prove it. Moving on, Wendy talks about how Diddy blacklisted her. From every radio station in New York, Wendy was forced to leave the city and relocate to Philly, which left her financially struggling. She spent years in exile, while Diddy continued to reign over the industry. But Wendy wasn't just going to let him win. Behind closed doors, she began to build her network, gaining access to more powerful figures who would help her tear down Diddy's empire. Enter Charlie, a former executive at one of Diddy's businesses, who's now a whistleblower. Charlie gives Wendy the ultimate inside scoop on how Diddy used his power to manipulate every aspect of the entertainment industry. He controls everything. From the money to the media, Charlie says, nervously glancing over his shoulder. And if you keep digging, they'll come for you too. Wendy's beef with Diddy goes beyond just his power plays. It's about his constant name changes. Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, Diddy, Love. Wendy's had enough of it. She doesn't buy into the rebranding game, and she made it crystal clear on her talk show in 2015. I know you as Puff Daddy, that's it, Wendy said, rolling her eyes. No one was more done with the name game than Wendy. Rachel, a famous pop star in Diddy's orbit, also speaks out in an exclusive interview, revealing how Diddy's name changes and rebrands were part of his strategy to control public perception. He'd become a new man every year, Rachel confides. It was exhausting trying to keep up. Let's talk about Diddy and Cassie. Wendy's been outspoken about the toxic control Diddy had over Cassie. She doesn't believe their relationship was built on love, it was about control. Wendy even speculates that Diddy could go as far as using social media as a tool to maintain control over Cassie. Wendy's advice to her, stay low, stay smart, and get off social media. Wendy's words were a warning. When you're involved with a mogul like Diddy, privacy doesn't exist. Carmen, a close friend of Cassie, speaks out about the pressure Cassie was under. It was never about love. Diddy controlled everything, from her career to who she spent time with. He was constantly watching her, always making sure she didn't stray. Now, enter Katt Williams. He's been warning us about this kind of manipulation in Hollywood for years. Katt's own experiences with the industry are no secret, and now, he's backing up Wendy's claims. He draws parallels between what happened to Wendy and other famous figures like Britney Spears, Kanye West, and Dave Chappelle, all of whom were silenced by powerful figures in the industry. Katt's words are chilling. If you and a man were in a corner doing something you weren't supposed to be doing, you'd tell it. He knows things that no one should, and he's making it clear that this conspiracy goes deep. Tasha, a former journalist who once worked alongside Katt, reveals how the industry tried to destroy Katt's career. They painted him as crazy. Because he started speaking out, Katt and Wendy have seen it all. Wendy's not done yet. With Diddy now in custody, the rumors are flying. Was it karma? Was it a calculated move by the powers that be to bring him down? Wendy's not holding back in her latest revelations. She's been dropping bombshells left and right, and now she's ready to expose even more. Is Diddy's arrest just the beginning of his downfall? Jasmine, a former attorney who represented some of Diddy's rivals, gives an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at the legal battles that have been brewing. Diddy's influence might be fading, but there's still a web of power players backing him up. It's a dangerous game. Wendy has had her own battles to fight, including dealing with her conservatorship and the ongoing struggle to regain control over her life. She's been through some tough times, but don't mistake that for weakness. Wendy is sharp as ever and ready to speak out against the people who've been trying to control her. She's revealed the truth behind her so-called luxury prison situation and the fight to reclaim what's rightfully hers. Daryl, a former bodyguard who worked with Wendy, tells a chilling story of how he witnessed her being controlled. Wendy wasn't just trapped physically, they had her emotionally too. But now, she's ready to break free. Wendy's silence was never her choice. The industry tried to shut her up because they knew just how much she knew, but now, she's speaking out. Fans are rallying behind her, demanding justice and her return to that iconic purple chair. Wendy's not just making a comeback, she's taking down the biggest names in the industry, and we're all here for it. Is she about to expose even more secrets? You won't want to miss what comes next. What do you think about Wendy's explosive claims? Is Diddy really behind the fires, or is there more to this story than meets the eye? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another wild update from Wendy Williams. And before you go, check out these videos for even more insider drama. See you next time, asterisk.